Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Quick Break Games, where we cover everything LEGO gaming. In this video, we're continuing the Every Character series, where we go through every LEGO game in release order and show off all the characters to kind of see how the character rosters change throughout the years and things like that. So in this video, we're doing LEGO Batman, the video game from 2008. So we started off this series with LEGO Star Wars, the video game from 2005. Then we did LEGO Star Wars 2 from 2006. Then the Complete Saga, which kind of had a similar character roster as the second game. Then we did Indiana Jones from 2008, and now we're still in 2008 with LEGO Batman, the video game. So they actually came out with 2 games in 2008, which was kind of interesting because before this we were only getting 1 game a year from TT Games. So they really amped up their production after the success of those first games. But yeah, so this is actually a cool LEGO Batman game. So this game doesn't have voice acting. This was the first LEGO game that told an original story, so this wasn't just based off a movie or anything like that. So it's kind of interesting how they tried to tell a story without voice acting. I mean, it's a very simple story. I think it's just like the criminals are breaking out and Batman has to go around and stop them. And yeah, I really like this game's hub world as well, like how each like movie, I guess you could say, even though it's not movies, each one's kind of based on a villain. Like this one's Riddler, and there's like Penguin and things like that, and Joker. But this also had like 2 hub worlds where there was like the Arkham Asylum as well. So this is a very cool game. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into the character roster. That's why we're here. So we're going to go ahead and do the Batmobiles, act like we're going to select a level to pull up the character roster, and here it is. So this character roster shrunk quite a bit compared to the previous games like Indiana Jones and things like that. But also, all these characters for the most part are completely unique and they have their own abilities and things. So I think the characters are a lot more special in this game, whereas in the previous games you had a lot of filler characters like I don't know, like you had Boss Nass in the Complete Saga game. Like, who wants to play as him? Like, he doesn't really do anything. And like Watto from LEGO Star Wars as well. Like, there's lots of crazy stuff in those games. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with Batman. So Batman and Robin are the first 2 characters, and each of them have their own unique abilities with the whole suit mechanic. So throughout the levels, you can have different suits that you select. They give you different abilities. Like, I think Robin has the magnet suit. Batman has like a sonar suit. And they kind of expanded on this idea in the sequels. But anyway, let's move on to Bruce Wayne. So there we go. That's Batman in his normal outfit, civilian outfit, and he's like a businessman. He looks very serious back in 2008. His model looks a little bit different. I think he like smiles now. There we have Alfred, and he doesn't really do much. I'm not sure if he can attack. I think he can attack in this game. I don't remember. I know in the newer games he actually has like an ability where he can put out fire, but I don't think that's in this game. There we have Batgirl. So that's also Oracle from the Batman Arkham games. She later becomes Oracle. We have Nightwing, who is also Dick Grayson, and he's got his own different abilities. He can throw batons and things like that. We have Commissioner Gordon. I don't think he can do very much, but yeah, he's a character if you want to play as him. We have just a standard generic police officer. We have Fishmonger. I have no idea who this is. I guess maybe he's just in the background. Shouldn't he just be called a fisherman? Fishmonger? It's kind of a funny name. We have military policeman, so he's like a more serious policeman, basically. That's more heavy duty. We have a security guard. That's like a light duty police officer, basically. We have the SWAT team. We have the scientist, just a generic scientist. Okay. We have sailor. I actually forgot about some of these characters. Police marksman. So that's cool. So I've kind of forgot about all the generic characters throughout this game. I thought it was mainly just heroes and villains, but there's actually quite a bit of variety there. There we have Clayface, who can transform. Actually, well, in this game he can't really transform into other people, but that's what he can do, you know, in the comic books and the other video games and things like that. I don't think Clayface returns in the sequels. I could be wrong. Definitely don't think he's in LEGO Batman 3, so he's actually kind of a unique character from this game. We have Mr. Freeze, so he can freeze things. He's very cool looking. I like that little like plastic, it's supposed to be glass piece around his face. I think that's pretty cool. We have Poison Ivy herself. She actually looks quite a bit different in the sequels, if I remember. We have Two-Face. He's always a cool looking Lego. He has like kind of a unique hairstyle where the white part's like really bulging out, and then he's got like a normal looking black part of his hair. So that's kind of a cool minifigure there. We have the Riddler. So there we go. I think he looks a lot different in the sequels as well. I think they gave him a hat. Here we have Bane. And Bane's actually changed quite a bit as well in later games. Like, he becomes like a big fig, but back then we didn't have big figs. And Bane can pick up, I think there's like orange handles throughout the game that he can use because he's like a strong character. Here we have Catwoman, and she has like a whip, and she's a pretty cool character. She plays a pretty big role in the story mode, if I remember. We have Catwoman Classic, and I guess originally in the comics she was more purple. I'm not too sure about that. There we have Killer Croc. He's also a big fig in the newer games, and I think he also counts as a strong character. There we have Man-Bat. And I think he can use like what Batman. He also has Batman has a sonar suit. I think Man-Bat can use the sonar powers as well, since he's, you know, an actual bat. Here we have the Penguin, and he's got little penguins that he can send out to explode on silver Lego objects. And he's a pretty cool character as well. There we have Harley Quinn. She can jump high and can do acrobatic things. There we have the Scarecrow, and it's very classic look for the Scarecrow. He's gone through some appearance changes in like the movies and things like that. There we have Killer Moth, one of the least threatening Batman villains. There's Mad Hatter. He's got the hats that he puts on people and mind controlled people. There we have the Joker, the classic Joker right there. Then there's also the Joker parentheses tropical version. So there's the two versions of the Joker. I think he can like shake people's hand and shock them. I can't remember if that's in the sequels or not. I haven't played this game in a while. I actually looked at my save file when I booted this game up, and it was from like 2014. So yeah, it's been about 6 years since I played this game, so I forget some of the details of all their abilities. But there we have the Poison Ivy Goon, and I thought Poison Ivy just mind controlled people. I didn't know she had her own like green looking goons. There we have the Zookeeper, just a regular generic character. There we have Freeze Girl, so even Mr. Freeze has his own minions. There we have a Yeti. I'm not sure, I guess that's from one of the Penguin levels, like based in the winter, but I don't remember a Yeti being in this game. There we have Riddler Goon. So Riddler's got his own goons. We got the Riddler Henchman. So what's the difference between a goon and a henchman? I guess maybe henchmen are more upper class in the criminal world. I'm not sure. There we have Penguin Goon and Penguin Henchman. There we have Penguin Minion. So yeah, Penguin, if you're playing as him, you can send out his minions. There's the Joker Goon and Joker Henchman. Look at them. They even got their own face paint and everything like that. There's the Clown Goon. I guess he's also with the Joker Goons. There's Hush. So that's actually a cool character. I think he's fairly recent, like especially when this game came out back in 08. Like he was like a brand new character. So I think he might have even come out in 2008 or maybe like 2006. I can't remember exactly. Someone in the comments let me know when Hush came out, but I know he's a fairly new character. And I remember in Batman Arkham City, he actually like makes his face look like Bruce Wayne. He's like obsessed with Bruce Wayne, so he's a cool character to have. And then we have Ra's al Ghul as the last character with that crazy looking hairstyle. He's got the same hairstyle as Joker actually. But yeah, very cool. So then we have the two hero create your own characters. So yeah, that's all the characters. There's a total of 46 in this game, I believe, and it's 48 if you count the two create your own characters, but of course I'm not counting those. And yeah, that's the complete character roster for Lego Batman, the video game. So lots of cool characters there. There's some kind of generic filler characters like the goons and like the police officers and the SWAT team, things like that, characters that you're probably never going to play as. But there's also a lot of cool villains and heroes, and this game actually had like the two storylines for the heroes and villains, which was cool as well. So they put a lot of emphasis on all the villains and giving them all different abilities. And yeah, this is overall a really good game, really good start to the Lego Batman series. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video, so stay tuned for the next one. We're going to be moving on back into Lego Indiana Jones with Lego Indiana Jones 2. The adventure continues, so we'll get to see how the character roster changed from the first game, so that should be interesting. So subscribe for that, subscribe for everything Lego gaming on this channel. We're covering Skywalker Saga, we're covering Lego Star Wars 2, we're doing a walkthrough of that, so lots of good stuff here, and it's all high quality 4K stuff. And yeah, so check it out, like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if not, and I will see you guys next time here on Quick Break Games.